I want to share with you 3 visuals that I think will help you understand some of the structure, goals, and expectations for our calculus journey. The first visual shows that we will learn about derivatives and integrals. But before we can get there, we need to make sure that we have a very solid understanding of functions and limits. I'm assuming that many of you have seen functions and limits before, especially in problems that involve calculations, but we will focus on the concepts and how to represent functions and limits in many different ways. The second visual shows what, in my view, are the most important ideas of calculus for you. And these are what I'll be focusing on. First, the language of change. That's really making sure that we develop the vocabulary, concepts, and ideas of change. It should be incorporated into your daily life. Second, limits. Limits are an extremely important concept and are crucial to understanding derivatives and integrals. In fact, both derivatives and integrals are defined by limits. Third, the fundamental theorem of calculus. The fundamental theorem of calculus establishes the relationship between derivatives and integrals. Obviously, to understand the fundamental theorem of calculus, we have to first understand derivatives and integrals, and we won't get to the fundamental theorem of calculus until later in our journey. But it's helpful to know about it so that you can start thinking about not just what you're learning, but what the connections are between the different concepts you're learning about. The third visual makes clear what the expectations are. You will be responsible for learning about calculus notation, concepts, calculations, and applications. You should always be thinking about what you're learning and how it fits into the big picture.